What's going on, my people, and welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be speaking about something, about a show that I've been wanting to review for so long. And I'm not going to give you in-depth review because right now we still have another season of one of its successors going on. And I just don't want to spoil things for you. But very excited to be talking about Power Season 1. And just a quick recap of what went on in that series without giving specific details or spoilers. This was one of my favorite shows in the last 6, 7, 8 years. Power, starting off, is a great program, very illicit. It's about two friends, a black man and a white man, which I thought was interesting, who were up to no good, selling drugs from the time they were teenagers to present day when you see the first episode. There's a lot of drugs, killing, a lot of violence. I know that this program has a lot of violence, but it shows what happens in real life and what are the consequences if you end up taking that left and going into that business, right? And I believe the program shows a lot of these things, and I'm okay with them because at the end of the day, to the viewer discretion, you see what you want to watch. And this helps you learn through the death, through the crimes, that if you do manage to get into this business, and I'm not knocking no one currently who's in the drug game, you gotta make a living, go ahead, you know what I mean? All of us, one time or another, did something we didn't want to do, right? But this is a dangerous game. And if you manage to get into that, you need to realize that there are very, very complicated circumstances that come along with it and consequences. It makes people realize, what could happen to you by taking this route. This program obviously is age restricted because it has explicit scenes, it has bad language in it. The sex scenes to me are amazing because they're very realistic, very complicated, and you want to see this obviously without kids. You want to see it late at night with your spouse. It's that entertaining. Courtney Kemp as the showrunner and director of the show, along with Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, I think do an amazing job detailing everything that happens in the show. Me personally, I don't care what people think, but I believe that this program has a deep storyline, for one, as there are kids involved in this violence and threats sent to the main character, which name is James St. Patrick, and his family. St. Patrick is one of the friends that sold drugs, but he stopped selling drugs in a way because he ended up taking all that money that he inherited, or you could say, or made during his drug escapades, and he managed to invest it in a club, and he uses the club to basically launder the money, and it's very realistic. I know there's people nowadays that do that without selling drugs. They launder money here and there, and who wouldn't want to blame him for trying to get out the game? You want to get out the game eventually at a certain time because that life has an expiration date, right? And so St. Patrick's other friend, Tommy Egan, is the opposite of Ghost. Ghost is very professional, very tight, spiffy, very calculated, very maniacal at the same time. Tommy is very loose, erratic, does not give a fuck about anything or anyone, has a really good relationship. Loyalty is key with him, and he's reckless, and he's still in the drug game, and he has trouble not only with other gangsters but with cops, and it creates a lot of enemies throughout the series. Also, I believe that Power is very addictive, as every episode has a cliffhanger, which makes people carry on like me, keep watching. In my opinion, I think this program is really interesting, and I truly recommend it to anyone who's into suspense, even thrillers, drug stories. it's a very entertaining show. You won't regret watching this if you're a fan of gangster dramas like Grey Donovan, Boardwalk Empire, The Wire. My only criticism is the leading ladies in this, to me, weren't particularly well acted. Even though you get some great acting here, but sometimes I feel like, you know, the acting is a little off when it comes to the ladies. Joseph Carr is in this, playing Tommy Egan, like I mentioned before, and he's by far the strongest character besides Ghost on the show. I wouldn't be surprised if this role never gets remade or anything like that, and this, to me, launches his career in not only mainstream television, but possibly in film. Tommy's character, there are times where it's way overacted, but it's warranted. You know, you have a lot of realism in this show, and that's what I love between the two main characters, Tommy and Ghost. It moves along, moving the players, disappointed plots, points, and great performances. I would draw your attention to that of Naturi Naughton, who, I just told you before, the female acting to me wasn't top-notch, but she is top-notch. She gives you this warm but chilly vibe during the show. She lights it up, and she plays Ghost's wife, and that's basically the show in a nutshell. And I'm gonna go ahead and do later reviews, but this show is definitely powerful. You know, Omari Hardwick as the main lead, excellent in every episode, especially in the later seasons. You really get to see his acting chops. I'm surprised this man took so long to really make his mark in Hollywood, for real. But he's a true testament to when you work hard, you get what you deserve. In this role, I don't see nobody else that could have played this role but him. Yeah, and that's basically season 1 in a nutshell. You know, Ghost tries his best to leave the drug game, but it keeps calling him in because of his partner, Tommy. He wants to get out, but his wife, you know, he talks to his wife, tells her, look, I don't want to do the drug thing forever. And she just looks at him, why? Why? If we've been doing so amazing. She doesn't see the end game, and he does. To the point where you see that things start to change, not only his feelings to his wife, but his view. And he starts to wander into the past, and the past ends up coming back. Will it haunt him? Will it be a female? Will it be an enemy that draws him in? We don't know, would we? But after season 1, definitely leave a comment, leave your issues, or leave your positive comments on me, so that we'll continue to discuss this, as I will get into season 2 pretty shortly. All right? If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Peace to the next one. Subscribe.